The first bill for consideration is House Bill 75. Representative McPherson, if you would introduce yourself, your guest, and you may proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Chairman Rowland. I'm Representative McPherson. I represent the 22nd District, Allen, Simpson, and portion of Warren County. Today I'm going to come before you and we're going to talk about House Bill 75, which is a live donor bill. And I've got 4 guests here today, 2 on Zoom and 2 present. I'll let them introduce themselves and then I'll come back to the bill.
My name is Beth Burbridge. I'm a living organ donor.
Hi, I'm April Abel. I'm the Executive Director for the National Kidney Foundation, serving Kentucky.
Thank you all for being here this morning and driving in on an icy and cold morning to be with us. We appreciate it.
Wouldn't miss it.
So I've got 2 more that's on Zoom if they want to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Wade, Medical Director of Transplant Program at University of Kentucky.
And my name is Melanie Lendenal. I am the Director of State Policy for the American Kidney Fund.
So with that being said, I'm so honored today to bring this bill forward, and it's a live donor bill. You know, we all have our driver's license, and we all have an opportunity to sign to be a donor, and I would encourage everybody to do that. And that's something that when you pass away, when you die, you can be a donor of an organ that somebody could harvest from your body. But you're dead and you're gone and you're no longer in need of that. So that's something that you know, we encourage everyone to do. But the true heroes here, I think, are live donors. These are people that donate parts of their body so that others can have a better life. And I think it's something that so this bill protects them from insurance that may try to up their rate or try to discriminate in some way against them because they've given up a portion of their body for other people. And we're here to protect that right. And then the other thing that this bill does is it gives the governor and the governor's office and the Health and Human Resources Cabinet a opportunity to take the 4th week of April every year and to celebrate these people. We would come together and at their giving their ability to do that, so don't break any HIPAA laws or anything, but they would be able to bring this forward and to celebrate this. So again, I'm tickled to death to be able to champion this bill, and I will turn it over to the people that came to talk about it today. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Representative McPherson, thank you for carrying this bill. Committee members, thank you for your time this morning. My name is Beth Burbridge. Again, I'm a wife, a mom, an analyst, a former UK athlete, and as of May 2019, a living organ donor to a stranger. In February of 2019, a neighbor posted a desperate plea to try to save his dying son. Jackson needed a kidney donor, but since his 1 in a million kidney disease was genetic, that left their entire family unable to help him. Coworkers and friends stepped forward to be tested, but no one matched or could pass the intense testing. I saw the story of Jackson's family, and I thought of my own boys. I would do anything for them. So the thought of not being able to save my own son was heartbreaking. I knew that I wanted to help this family, but the decision to begin testing wasn't an easy one. My husband was worried for me and our boys, but we're a team, so he had to be on board. We researched and talked about what this decision would mean for us. Through our research, we knew that my donating a kidney would not impact my health long term, and our family history meant that our boys had little to no chance of developing kidney disease. So I started testing. Testing included a few rigorous days at the hospital separated by a month. There are pages of labs with 28 unique results that were repeated 3 times. A CT scan, x-rays, EKGs, and more, all to prove that I would leave the surgery just as healthy as I was going in. When I was finally confirmed as a match, I got to meet and surprise Jackson's parents. There are few words that adequately describe the joy of telling parents that you will save the life of their son. Years of stress and worry dissolved into tears of joy. And our surgery went perfectly. Before I woke up from surgery, my kidney was already working for Jackson, returning his color and dropping his labs. In the span of a morning, I saved his life, and Jackson's parents got their son back. After surgery, I never thought I'd have an issue securing life insurance. I run regularly, I get yearly physicals. Still, it took over 300 days for approval for life insurance. During the 300 days, I had to request for my medical records to be sent multiple times from both the hospital and from my physician. Finally, almost a year after submitting my application and after multiple calls to follow up, my application was approved. I was lucky. A Johns Hopkins study showed that 25% of living organ donors are denied or charged a higher rate for life insurance. Donating a kidney was for Jackson's family. Life insurance is for mine. My boys are all under the age of 10. If an accident were to take them from me, I want to know that they're going to be okay. Life insurance helps to provide this security. House Bill 75 ensures the very few of us that step forward to be living organ donors will still be able to get life, disability, and long-term care insurance without discrimination based solely on our gift. There are 969 Kentuckians across the state right now waiting on an organ. Removing barriers like this for living organ donors can help lower this list. Again, I thank you for your time this morning and for your consideration of this bill. I'd like to turn it over to April Abel.
Good morning. I would like to thank, can you guys hear me? I'd like to thank Chairman Rowland and the committee for the opportunity to speak in support of Living Donor Protection Act, House Bill 75. I'm testifying on behalf of the National Kidney Foundation and living donors throughout the state of Kentucky. Over 6,000 Kentucky residents are currently on dialysis. While this dialysis sustains a kidney patient's life, transplant is the only truly life-saving treatment. Unfortunately, the demand for kidneys far outweighs the supply. Last year, there were 208 kidney transplants in Kentucky, and 39 of those were from a living kidney donor. Once you're put on the transplant list, the average wait time for a kidney can be 3 to 7 years. During this time, your chances of getting a transplant go down because your health is deteriorating while on dialysis. In fact, the average life expectancy of someone on dialysis is between 5 and 10 years. The clock is literally ticking. We must do more to support transplantation. One solution to the kidney shortage is to encourage living donation. Potential donors go through extensive testing to make sure they are healthy enough to donate a kidney, and living donation does not change life expectancy. However, some living donors who try to obtain or change their insurance face difficulty like Beth shared today. Let donors know that they don't have to worry about their premiums increasing or their policy being denied or canceled based solely on the status as an organ donor. Living organ donors should not be penalized for giving the gift of life. Thank you.
So, again, we've heard Beth and her heroic.
Have a motion and a second. We appreciate your all's testimony. If anybody on the Zoom would like to comment any further, they're more than welcome to. If not, we'll see if any of the members of the committee have a question. Yes.
This is Tom Wade. I can't add too much to what April and Beth have already said, except that I will say that this bill, as it stands, has the full support of the Lexington Medical Society and also the Kentucky Medical Association. And it's very important that living donors, which make up just about a third of all the kidney transplants that we do in this country, that people who have the altruism to do that should be protected as much as possible. And anything we can do for them, we should try to do.
Thank you. We do have a question from Representative Lockett.
I want to first say thank you very much for all the work that you have done on this bill. I certainly support it. I just have a question for you in terms of, do you have any data that would suggest why insurance companies would deny or delay coverage in terms of, is the mortality rate higher for a living donor or something like that? Just anything that would say this is why this is happening. Do you have anything along those lines?
Do you want to cite the study?
Yeah, we do have a study from Johns Hopkins that 25% of those who did try to change or increase their coverage were either denied or faced higher premiums. The study does not give a reason for those decisions. However, there is information about pulling it up. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'll take this one. However, I do have some information here that there's no evidence that donating a kidney adversely affects health or life expectancy. Overall, studies show the life expectancy for those who have donated a kidney is the same as or similarly matched for people who have not. And then I have another study here I can reference, but according to a study of OPTN data, there was 60,000 individuals almost that were living kidney donors from 1998 to 2007. Approximately 11 of those were later listed for a kidney transplant. That's 11 out of 60,000 people. However, the medical problems that cause these kidney donors to be listed for transplant may or not even be connected to that donation. Again, the long-term risk of death was no higher for living donors than the same age, sex, or race of someone that did not give.
Did you find in your data, do you see or find that the premiums are higher for a living donor? Do you know that information?
That was also in the study as well, and I can leave it with you, the Johns Hopkins study, and I am definitely not a medical expert, but it is one thing that I went to look towards, and it did show that that was one of the problems that living organ donors faced. And in the events that I've done where I've gotten to speak with other living organ donors, I've heard from other individuals that same thing. Either they were denied or charged a higher rate, and that higher rate was due to their living donation being considered a pre-existing condition, and that was the same thing that the Johns Hopkins study found.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any other questions from committee members? Seeing none, we'll proceed with a vote.
Representative Bentley,
Yes.
Representative Fisher,
Yes.
Representative Flannery,
Yes.
Representative Gooch,
Can I explain my vote? Yes. Let me just say that for those of you who have been living donors, I mean, I highly commend you. It's a decision that I'm sure a lot of us might have a difficult time making it, and I commend you for that. And I understand the purpose of the bill, and I'm going to vote yes. But I do believe that when you consider that insurance, whether it be life insurance, long-term care, disability, income, all those types of our health insurance policies, all those types of things are really supposed to be based on risk. And when you do something that does change or increase your risk of whatever, and I really would like to see, or at least hear from the side, the industry that does feel like that they're justified in charging more or whatever because people's health has changed because they're given an organ or whatever. I think it's a valid concern, and I would like to hear that data, but I do believe that it's important enough for us to encourage others to be as courageous as you have been, and I commend you for that, and it's so very important. So I will vote yes, but I do believe that there probably are legitimate concerns about what this does to someone's health as far as longevity, future medical costs, or that sort of thing. So thank you.
Representative Hatton,
Yes.
Representative Kirk McCormick,
Yes.
Representative Koenig,
Representative Koenig is on mute.
Representative Cole Carney,
Yes.
Representative Lewis,
Yes, great bill.
Representative Lockett,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes, and I'd like to explain my vote. As-
Please proceed.
As we were discussing there, I understand insurance companies and underwriters do have things that they need to look at. I think this is just some guidance we're going to give them to take that off the table so that we do not discourage people from donating for loss of income or for having to have something cost them more for being heroic and giving up a part of their body so that other people can live. Thank you.
Representative Meredith, Representative Roberts,
Yes, may I explain my vote?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm the daughter of a solid organ transplant recipient. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you, Representative McPherson, for bringing this very important bill up. I know how sick my father had to get, how long we had to wait for an organ. So Beth, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for bringing this piece of legislation. Thanks.
Representative Santoro, Representative Smith, Representative Stevenson,
Yes.
Representative Upchurch, Representative Westrom,
I'd like to thank the sponsor for this bill. And Beth, I need to tell you that you have brightened my day. You are one good piece of humanity, and I wish we could clone you. I vote yes.
Thank you.
Chairman Rowland.
Yes, motion does pass. Same should pass on the House floor. Congratulations on making it through the first step of the process, and we really appreciate you all making the effort to be here this morning, considering the weather conditions.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Turn your mics.